Well, it's been nearly 3 years since a St. Anthony police officer shot and killed Philando Castile.
She lost her son to police brutality. Now she's paying off student lunch debt to help kids graduate.
His family is carrying on his legacy with a donation that will wipe away the worries of countless students and their families.
Valerie Castile has had to live every mother's worst nightmare, losing a child. But not just losing a child, losing her child in the public eye to police violence. Philando Castile was shot and killed by police officer Yanez during an otherwise routine traffic stop for a burned out taillight in 2016. The incident sparked nationwide outrage, although the killing was later deemed acceptable by the Justice Department. And while the headlines have moved on, Valerie and Philando's community have continued his legacy by paying off student lunch debt in order to allow kids to graduate.
Before the 334 seniors at Robbinsdale Cooper High School can graduate, they have to pay their lunch money balance.
Now, first of all, let's for a moment just set aside the absolute absurdity that is kids being unable to graduate because of student lunch debt, and look instead at the incredible efforts to continue what Philando started. While many conservative outlets did everything in their power to paint Castile as guilty of far more than simply being yet another black man in America unfairly targeted by police, his community fought to highlight who Philando Castile really was and show his contributions to his community. Philando was a nutrition services supervisor at the J.J. Hill Montessori School in St. Paul, and stories surfaced of how he would often help pay for student lunches out of his own pocket to help kids be able to eat. So, in the wake of his death, his mother Valerie and others within the community have continued to fight tooth and nail to ensure his kindness continued. Last Thursday, Valerie Castile presented administrators at Robbinsdale Cooper High School with a check for $8,000 from the Philando Castile Relief Foundation. The donation was to settle the debt of all senior students whose ability to graduate was jeopardized due to a lunch money balance. I mean, we have no problem arming teachers, but yeah, let's keep kids back because they had to pay to eat. But anyway, thanks to the Castile family, the path has been cleared for the students to graduate worry-free. Valerie Castile spoke of how Philando would pay for children's lunch meals out of his own pocket instead of letting children go hungry, and insisted that if he was alive today, he'd do everything he could to ensure no student was hindered from graduating because they were trying to feed themselves. And this is why stories like this are so important to highlight. I mean, how often do we see victims of police brutality smeared by the media, called thugs or no angels as a means to tarnish their image and deflect blame from the perpetrators? To many across the country, Philando was just another hashtag, but not to those who knew him. Philando was a legal gun owner, a well-respected and beloved member of his community, and a man with a big heart. So I vow to use my platform to continue to elevate who he was and do what I can to assist in continuing his legacy. If you want to, you can as well by going to the Philando Castile Foundation right here. For more on this, come over to my Instagram at Francis M. Maxwell. You can support independent media right here. It's only $5 a month. Cheers. Never missed another breakdown video by ringing the bell below. You'll get notified whenever we publish something new. And don't forget to join TYT today. Download our TYT Plus app on your phone or head over to tyt.com/join.